Welcome to the Hall of Shame. This is the place where the most unforgettable, cringe-worthy moments in sports history are immortalized. Here, we don't just celebrate the victories and the triumphs, we also take a closer look at the blunders, the mishaps, and the downright embarrassing moments that athletes wish they could erase from their memories. We all love a good highlight reel, those moments of sheer brilliance and athleticism that make us jump out of our seats and cheer with all our might. These are the moments that inspire us, that make us believe in the impossible, a display of skill and determination that leaves us in awe, and makes us dream of achieving greatness ourselves. But as much as we cherish these highlights, there's another side to the story. But what about the other side of the coin? The side that athletes dread, the moments that they hope will be forgotten by fans and commentators alike, the moments that make us cringe, that make us wince in sympathy, and sometimes even laugh out loud at the sheer absurdity of it all. These are the moments that make us want to bury our heads in the sand, to pretend they never happened. But for the athletes involved, these moments are all too real. The moments that haunt these athletes' dreams, that replay in their minds over and over again, no matter how hard they try to forget. Today, we're diving deep into the depths of athletic despair, exploring the most infamous and unforgettable blunders in sports history. Reliving the top 10 moments athletes wished never happened. From missed goals to epic fails, these are the moments that have left a lasting mark on the world of sports. Get ready because some of these are just brutal. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourself for a journey through the Hall of Shame, where the most cringe-worthy moments in sports history are brought back to life. Picture this year competition. The eyes of the world are locked on Athlete 1 at the peak of their career. They're about to attempt skill challenge, a feat that could solidify their place in history. The crowd is on the edge of their seats, the tension is palpable, and then, disaster. The silence was deafening. You could see the shock on everyone's faces, the disbelief in their eyes. Athlete 1 went from hero to zero in a matter of seconds. Pressure. They say it creates diamonds, but it can also crush you. And for Athlete 2, on that fateful day and year, the pressure was heavier than 1,000 suns. Competition was on the line, and all eyes were on Athlete 2 to deliver. But then, the unthinkable happened. The crowd gasped, commentators were speechless. Athlete 2 had choked, plain and simple, and the world would never let them forget it. We've all been there. A ripped seam, a button popping off at the worst possible moment. But for athletes performing on a global stage, a wardrobe malfunction can be a recipe for disaster. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. Until it wasn't. The look on Athlete 3's face was priceless, a mix of shock, embarrassment, and sheer panic. The world saw more than they bargained for that day. Chapter 4, Athlete 4's name. Lost in translation. Sports can be a universal language, but sometimes things get lost in translation. Just ask Athlete 4, who learned that lesson the hard way. Athlete 4, perhaps caught up in the heat of the moment, decided to try a little action gesture, and it backfired spectacularly. Let's just say, Athlete 4 won't be living that one down anytime soon. Chapter 5, Athlete 5's name. The celebration fail. They say act like you've been there before. Well, Athlete 5 clearly didn't get the memo, but in their moment of triumph, Athlete 5 got a little carried away. It was a painful reminder that gravity doesn't care about your ego or your highlight reel. Chapter 6, Athlete 6's name. The interview from hell. Post-game interviews. A chance for athletes to bask in the glory of victory, or offer insightful analysis after a tough loss. For Athlete 6, it was a one-way ticket to Cringe City. The questions were simple enough, but Athlete 6 seemed to be having a complete meltdown. It was car crash television at its finest. You couldn't look away even if you tried. Chapter 7, Athlete 7's name. The equipment fail. Athletes rely on their equipment. It's not just a tool, it's a vital part of their performance. From the shoes they wear to the gear they use, every piece of equipment is meticulously chosen and maintained. The right equipment can make the difference between victory and defeat, between a personal best and a disappointing performance. It's an extension of themselves, crucial for their performance. When an athlete steps onto the field, the court, or the track, they need to trust that their equipment will perform as expected. This trust is built over countless hours of practice and competition, where the athlete and their gear become one. But what happens when that equipment fails? Just ask Athlete 7. In the world of sports, equipment failure is a nightmare scenario. It's something every athlete dreads but must be prepared for. The sudden snap of a string, the unexpected break of a pole, or the malfunction of a crucial piece of gear can turn a well-prepared athlete's world upside down. In Athlete 7's sport, the equipment is absolutely essential. Every piece of gear is designed to enhance performance and ensure safety. The athletes spend hours fine-tuning their equipment, making sure everything is in perfect condition. They know that even the smallest flaw can have catastrophic consequences. It's not just about skill or training, it's about having the right tools for the job. Without the right gear, even the best athletes can struggle. The equipment is an integral part of their success, and any failure can be devastating. Without the right gear, even the best athletes can struggle. Imagine the frustration of an athlete who has trained for years, only to have their equipment let them down at the crucial moment. It's a scenario that plays out in the nightmares of every competitor. Now imagine the build-up to a critical moment. The anticipation is palpable. The crowd is buzzing with excitement. Every eye is on the athlete and the pressure is immense. This is the moment they've trained for, the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. The stakes are high, the crowd is on the edge of their seats, and the atmosphere is electric. Every movement, every decision is critical. The athlete's heart is pounding, their mind is focused, and they are ready to give it their all. And Athlete 7 is completely dependent on their equipment working flawlessly. They have put their trust in their gear, knowing that it has been tested and retested. They believe in its reliability, its ability to perform under pressure. And then, in a moment that sent shockwaves through the stadium, it happened. The equipment malfunctioned, and it had an immediate, devastating impact on Athlete 7's performance. The crowd gasped, the athlete's heart sank, and the dream of victory slipped away in an instant. It had an immediate, devastating impact on Athlete 7's performance. The hours of training, the sacrifices, the dreams of glory, all were overshadowed by a single moment of failure. It was a harsh reminder of the fragility of success in the world of elite sports. It was a stark reminder that even in the world of elite athletics, sometimes it's just bad luck. No amount of preparation can account for every variable, and sometimes, despite all efforts, things go wrong. For Athlete 7, it was a moment of heartbreak, but also a testament to their resilience and determination to come back stronger. Chapter 8, Athlete 8's name, The Wrong Time, Wrong Place. Timing is everything. Just ask Athlete 8, who found themselves in the wrong place at the worst possible time. Everything seemed to be going according to plan, until Athlete 8 made their grand entrance. Let's just say, Athlete 8 won't be living that one down anytime soon. Chapter 9, Athlete 9's name, The Social Media Meltdown. We all know that social media can be a minefield, but for athletes, with millions of followers hanging on their every word, one wrong move can be catastrophic. But instead of the positive reception they were hoping for, Athlete 9 was met with a wave of backlash. The internet, as it always does, erupted. Chapter 10, Athlete 10's name, The Ultimate Betrayal. They say loyalty is everything. But in the cutthroat world of professional sports, sometimes even the strongest bonds can be broken. But behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding. And then, the hammer dropped. It was a cold-blooded move that sent shockwaves through the sporting world. And the award for most cringe-worthy moment goes to... Look, we've all had our share of embarrassing moments, those times when you wish the ground would just swallow you up. Maybe it was a slip of the tongue during a presentation, or an awkward dance move at a party. But these athletes, they lived theirs out on a global stage with millions watching. Imagine the pressure, the expectations, and then the fall. It's a different level of cringe when the whole world is tuned in. Some of these moments were just bad luck, while others were self-inflicted wounds. A misstep here, a fumble there, and suddenly it's a highlight reel for all the wrong reasons. But one thing's for sure, they'll never live them down. These moments are immortalized in sports history, replayed over and over again. The disappointment, the frustration, it's all part of the game. So, the next time you're feeling down about tripping over your own feet, just remember, it could always be worse. You could be that athlete with the world watching, and the internet never forgetting. You could be on this list. So laugh it off, get back up, and keep going. After all, it's these moments that make us human, and sometimes they make for the best stories.